Hi and welcome to another skills video. We're inside a car engine here at the moment. A few things, it's summertime, things are getting a bit hot. Time to do a little bit of a checkup on a car engine. Okay, if you've got a car and you're driving around, hot days, the last thing you want to do is have car trouble and be stuck somewhere on the side of the road, could be for hours on end. Okay, so some of the first things you need to look at, big thing is the radiator. Make sure that you've got coolant. Now you can go and buy specialized coolant to put into your radiator. It may already have that in. You can see here that this one does. It's got a green tint to the water, the liquid that's in there. So it's actually a special coolant for the radiator. If it is a little low and just needs a top up, you can just use demineralized water or just a bit of tap water is fine. Never ever 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 open the radiator cap after you've been driving the car. Never. You must do it when the engine is cold. So do it first thing in the morning. The amount of pressure, the steam and that builds up in a radiator, and if you were to loosen that cap a bit, that cap will be like a missile and you will have serious heat burns from the temperature that the engine gets and the radiator to cool it. It's extremely hot and you will get seriously burnt. And the force and pressure that's in the radiator will also blow that like a missile. A lot of cars have the backup reservoir, which is right here on this one. It's quite easy. Again, never ever open it if the car's hot. Like if you've been driving somewhere, never ever do that. Wait a number of hours for the engine to cool down, the radiator to cool down. So it's just about taking off the cap. This one is quite an easy twist off one. It's just the backup reservoir which feeds down into here. A lot of radiator caps are actually put on and locked on. This one's actually got never open when hot written on it. So yeah, so if it's down a little bit, this one's saying it's okay at the cold engine level, but just to show you, plain water or radiator coolant and just put a bit in. Just top it up a little bit. Okay, depending on how low your radiator water might be, you might need to put a bit more, but that one's fine. I'll just put a splash in there so you can see what to do. And that's pretty much it, having a bit of a look around to make sure that nothing's loose. This engine's a little bit different. It's got a few other bits and pieces and modifications and things done to it, so it's a little bit different than your standard run-of-the-mill engine. The other thing you can sort of start looking at is probably the window wiper water, which in this one is just a little reservoir at the back. You can top that up with some water. You will see other reservoirs as well that have a locked type cap on them, or something that looks a bit odd. That's where oil goes, it's where brake fluid, all sorts of other things. So just make sure that the lid on whatever you're filling has a little picture of like a raindrop or water, or actually tells you what to put into it. The last thing you want to do is start putting water into where brake fluid needs to go and you find you've got no brakes or there's big problems with the engine. Okay, but that's the main one with the hot summer days. It's just keeping an eye on the radiator and the temperature. There's a dipstick just to check the oil, which on this one's right here. Again, it's good to do it when it's cold. Pull it up, pull it out, and you will see on the end of that stick how much oil is sitting there. That's quite a bit. It's saying that it's at full level. You can actually see that it's actually etched into the metal there. Shows you where it needs to be when it's full. And it also says use engine oil only. So we just put that back in. Sometimes they might need a little jiggle to get it to slide down and in, and then you just push it down, it'll lock. Make sure you push it on so it's locked, like it clicks, it's on. And that's about it. Just keep a bit of an eye out for any leads that might be a bit loose or anything like that. Pretty straightforward. I need to give this one a wash It hasn't had a good clean up and a wash in a long while, a few years. But that's about it. Main one's your radiator, so your engine doesn't overheat. Easy.